Hello friends, if you are a buyer and you are looking to buy a property from an NRI seller, then this video is going to be important for you. In this video, I am going to share the 4 important checklists which you must do to ensure your experience of buying property from an NRI seller is hassle-free. Let's watch. So friends, my name is C. Arun Tiwari and I am a consulting partner with Equity Associates, where we have done more than 200 NRI applications and we have guided almost 200 or more buyers and sellers for an hassle-free experience of buying property. So friends, as you might understand that buying a property requires a lot of legal, tax and this kind of consulting, and if anything goes wrong either today or maybe in future, you can face a lot of hassles. So I'm just going to give you 4 important checklists which you have to do if you just want to ensure that neither today nor in the future you receive any unpleasant notices or calls from income tax departments. So let's start with the checklist number 1. So friends, step number 1, before you get into agreement, you just clear from your seller that what is the resident status of the seller, whether he's an NRI or he's a resident. If he's a resident, it's easier. If he's an NRI, then just ensure that in your memorandum of understanding it is mentioned that it is the responsibility of the seller to give you the lower TDS certificate or nil TDS certificate, and in absence of such certificate you will have all the rights to deduct a TDS at the rate 23%, approximately 22.88%. So yes friends, it's a big shock, but you understand if you buy a property from an NRI seller, then you have to deduct a TDS of 22.88% and deposit into income tax department and file a TDS return also. This is your responsibility. This is not responsibility of the seller. So in case you fail to do this, the income tax department is going to catch you. And trust me, the experience is definitely not going to be a pleasant one. So the first step is get the residential status of your seller. If he is an NRI, just in the memorandum itself you mention that he is going to either provide the lower TDS or nil TDS certificate, or he is going to deduct 22.88% TDS from the whole sale amount. So for example, if the sale amount is say 1 crore, then you are going to deduct approximately 23 lakhs rupees, and the seller should agree in the initial phase itself, because I have seen in many cases of buying property, later this part become you can say a point of contention, a bone of contention per se between buyer and seller, because some cases initially neither the buyer asks nor the seller explain that he is actually an NRI and non-resident Indian, and later when the agreement goes through and when you apply for a loan, that time this matter stucks out because he has not applied for lower TDS certificate, and because in that you should be deducting at 23%, but seller doesn't agree. Trust me, if you have not done and you go through this all exercise, income tax definitely going to catch. And if it happens that this NRI is actually a foreign citizen, he has taken a foreign citizenship, that situation is going to be very difficult for you. Maybe the department can ask you to pay all taxes from your pocket. So be aware about the resident status of the seller. And if he's an NRI, just making sure that either he is going to give you a lower TDS certificate or nil TDS certificate, or he is authorized to deduct 22.88% from the gross sale amount of the house. Let's move to checklist number 2. Now checklist number 2 is get the TAN number. Now friends, TAN and PAN is different thing, so don't confuse. You have the PAN number, but if you're buying a property from NRI seller, you have to apply for a tax account number which is used for TDS deduction and filing of TDS return. So as soon as you get into a MOU with the seller, you have to apply for a TAN number and you will get within 7 days your TAN number. So this is a checklist number 2. Let's move to the checklist number 3. Now friends, after you get a TAN number, your seller will apply for the lower TDS certificate, and once he get the lower TDS certificate or nil TDS certificate, he will give you one copy of certificate which you have to submit to your bank also, and whatever the rate is mentioned in the TDS certificate, you have to pay that much TDS and you have to file TDS return. So step number 3 is pay TDS and file TDS return. So friends, if you are going to apply, if you are going to buy from resident, there is only one activity, like in one form you can pay TDS and you can file return also. But here, because you are buying property from NRI, you are going to pay TDS under section 195, and under section 195 there's two different activities. First activity is pay TDS and get the challan, and after 2-3 days you are going to file the return using that challan number. So don't forget, both activities are important. Just because you just generated challan is not enough. You have to file your income tax return also, TDS return also, because if you don't file the TDS return, this TDS will not reflected into the account of the seller, and the seller will not able to file his income tax return, and in case he has paid excess tax, then he will not be in condition to claim the refund. So don't forget to file return also. Let's discuss about our last part, last checklist, which I'm going to talk next. So friends, the last point, the last checklist is very important, because many buyer forget it and later they get a notice, late fees, and then they think that why somebody has not told them. And last step is surrender your TAN number. So friends, in the second step, you are taking the TAN number. The TAN number is only for the purpose of buying this property. So once you bought the property, you paid your TDS, you filed your TDS return. Now this time to surrender your TAN number, because if you're not going to surrender your TAN number, then there will be late fees, there will be penalty, and the late fees is 300 rupees per day. Just assume if you come to know after 1 year that you have to pay 30,000 rupees additional, definitely it is not going to be something which is going to make you happy. So just take care of that. Once your TDS return is filed, just surrender the TAN number, and that's it. These are all requirements which you have to do. Just ensure that in case you have done some kind of you can say property sale, in order to buy this property, when you're filing the return, just ensure that property sale is reported. Otherwise, if you're just buying your property first time, or you have not sold any property, you don't need anything to mention in your income tax return. Just surrender your TAN, and from your side your compliance is done. So that's all friends. This is all I have to mention in this video for all those buyers who are thinking to buy a property from NRI. If you follow these 4 steps, the life is going to be very easy. The whole process is going to be hassle free. And further friends, if you need any professional advice, or if you want to outsource all these activities to us, our capable team is ready to take it. We have done more than 200 such you can say transactions for buyer seller compliances we have done, and we have different packages for buyer as well as seller. So if you do not want to get into any kind of confusion or any kind of surprise in the future, it's always and highly advisable that you hire a professional CA who can help you, because you are not going to buy the property every day, and you are definitely do not want to handle something which comes as a bad surprise. That's all in this video. Hope you might have liked this video. Please share with all those friends who are thinking to buy a property and who are going to be first time buyers, because most of cases they might not be aware, and when the time they get aware, they feel a lot of thing has been missed out. So just do them a favor by sharing this video, and please don't forget to subscribe this video. We are going to make further videos on various tax parts, tax planning, tax savings, which is going to benefit you in the future. And that's all for this video. Have a nice day. Enjoy your life.